Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. What is this? Basil. Yeah, that's my basil. And it's time to harvest my basil. It's in my pot. Put it in this pot right here. We had to bring it outside because too many mosquitoes were inside. But it's gorgeous. It's grown to this. It's time to go ahead and harvest it. These are my poor little strawberries. They gave us some strawberries, but then they kind of all started looking like this because of, I guess, the weather. I don't know. We haven't figured it out. But I replanted some. Let me go show you where I replanted these. I put these in the dirt, and I'm not quite done with them because every time I tried to work on this, I have my little grandbaby. He's needy, but out of all of these, only 2 of these are alive now because they died. So I'm trying to figure it out. These are lasting okay, but this is my poor little strawberry. It's just, yeah, it's struggling. This is my moringa tree. She's struggling. I need to come out here and do something more. I mean, she's not really struggling. Actually, she's grown a lot. My other moringa tree, the lineman accidentally cut her down, and I'm going to show you what she looks like. But she was almost cut down. But this one, she's growing good. Let me see if I can get a good angle. But yeah, again, I need to manage this. I need to do better, but yeah, she's sprouting out lovely. Okay, now this is my other moringa tree. Now, she's been cut down twice. The wind sliced her off the first time, and the second time my yard man came out here and cut her off. You see these rocks, all right? I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks ghetto, but there's something around here saying, I don't want you to cut it. And he cut it, but look at her. After it rained, she came back on up. She's still sprouting out, so she's trying to thrive over here. This is my banana tree. Now this one, he's struggling for resources. I have him right next to our fence, and there's like a forest behind us. So I feel like that. Reason why I feel like that, because I have another banana tree. I'm going to show you how big it is, but he has to be struggling for resources over here in this dirt because he has not grown at all. And as you can see, some of the leaves are, looks like they're dried up. And this dirt, we just had rain and it's already looking dry. I have to constantly flood him with water. But let me show you his brother who we got. And he was just a little bit larger, but I'm gonna show you how big he is. This is his brother. Now look at this. His brother was just about as big as him, but look how high. He's almost over the fence. This is how big his brother is. And he was just a little bit bigger, a little bit larger, you know, maybe about twice the size of him when we got him. But look, now he's been tripled in size. He's over the fence, really. That's how big the brother is. So that's our banana trees. Now there's a backstory. And as you can see, I'm not done out here. I just kind of threw him in the dirt because my husband had took the rest of the dirt that we didn't have, that we didn't use, and threw it. The remainder dirt, that the ones that were inside, and threw it in a bucket. And we didn't know what was growing out here. And so I put it in the dirt. He didn't really want anything in the dirt. He wanted them in his planters. But look how long this has grown. And I figured out what it was. Look at that. You see that right there? We have a beautiful butternut squash coming out there. And I've learned that they flower and then they come off the flowers. See? Like such. See that one? I don't know if you can see that. I might be in the lighting. See, let's get on this side. But yeah, there you go. You can see that. It comes off the flower. And you see that flower right there? It dies. And then it's your butternut squash. So I have a number of flowers that are trying to come up on this plant. I don't know if you see that, but that looks like that. And this one looks like it's gonna flower right there. But yeah, so I'm excited. Butternut squash is my favorite because I like to make sweet potato butternut squash pies that taste just like sweet potato pies. Oh my goodness, they're so delicious. And I use agave, and so you can see how large this grew. I mean, this grew like in like maybe 2 weeks or so. But this is how, and every time I come out here, it looks like it's a whole nother, you know, it's almost doubled in size. So what I'm gonna have to do, I really have to keep this one watered, because as you can see, it looks like it needs water right now. They just look like they're that yellow. I didn't water them yesterday, so I'm gonna definitely water them today. I'm gonna wait till it cools off a little bit more and water it. But yeah, this is my butternut squash. I'm so excited, I can't wait. But yeah, right there, as you can see, I'm not done out here. I can't, it seems like every time I get out here, I can't really work. And I just put those wood chips on there to try to keep the moisture in, you know, for the roots, because the roots were growing up on top of the ground. And I noticed they were dying a lot before I put that on there. When it get hot, this plant would almost be all the way dead. So, these are our planters. Now everything in this planter came up. We had cantaloupe. It sprouted out and died. Okay, with the heat, I think it's the time we planted them. But the bell pepper sprouted up, died. Something came in here and dug this up. I don't know what it was. What animal came in here? I don't know if it was a rabbit. I do know we have a hare that comes in here sometimes. This was my chives. It died. Came up and died. The parsley came, what was this? Rosemary came up, she died. Parsley, it came up, and you know, it was stagnant for a while. And then I came out here and I put like banana peels and apple peels in the dirt, and this is just what started happening. So that let me know that it was lacking nutrients. And so you really have to put a lot of nutrients. I put coconut grounds on here, and as you can see, they're starting to sprout out now. My green onions, same way. It was really small, and now they're starting to grow. Same thing with this squash. I think this is squash and butternut squash, because it's over here, in the zucchini area over here. But this looks like that butternut squash over there. All right, this is supposed to be eggplant. Butternut squash is in the middle, so I don't know. It looks like the butternut squash to me. But as you can see, the difference between growing it here in the planters and then in the ground, I think it's lacking nutrients. That's the only thing I can think of, because the ground seems to be doing a lot better than the planters. And see, I don't know what this is here. Looks like just a leaf of lettuce, but that might just be the eggplant. And I don't know if this is a good fail. I just recently replanted these and they came up like this, but my first batch died. And maybe it was the season that I planted them, but that is chickpeas. And as you can see, they are looking much better. They're looking alive. But yeah, I have put plantain peels in the dirt, and that just gave it a boost. I was giving it nutrients, but it's not as good as if you give it real live peels, banana peels. It seems maybe they break down into the dirt a lot better. And then we put the wood chips over here, because this dirt was getting so dry quickly. And yeah, we couldn't come out here and water 3 times a day. I watered it twice, but we had just to hold it in, you know. We had to have these wood chips. Now it's a lot cooler. Everything's doing better, it seems like. Okay, let me bring you over to the next one. Now here, this is my success. This is a basil, another basil. And it seems like basil just loves, it doesn't take much, because as you can see, she is doing her thing over here. Basil she's happy, okay? And again, I had to enrich the dirt because she was kind of stagnant too. And then we have the Swiss chard right here, and she's been stagnant. She's not been doing anything. She's been kind of just sitting here, stagnant, you know, not moving. I see a little one right there that's trying to come up, but yeah, I don't know. I don't have the remedy or the answers for the Swiss chard right now. See, I don't know. But the tomatoes, once I put the rinds in here, like I said, the tomatoes just came out. I mean, they love that. And then I gave them some nutrients, their tomato nutrients. They really came up. So yeah, the tomatoes are starting to sprout out. I'm gonna have to put some wood, maybe some sticks to keep them from leaning over like they are. As you can see, they're starting to curve a little bit, you know. So yeah, the tomato are, they really like the rinds. And then over here we have kale. You see kale? She's coming up now. My first kale died, of course, in the heat. She got bigger and she grew, but once the heat came, she died. And so now they say that this is the best time to plant kale. And like about 2 weeks ago, or a week ago or so, I replanted kale, and she's coming up with the rain. She sprouted out, so we're gonna see how she does. So most of this have been kind of a fail, but you know, we're trying to see what's gonna happen. And then we have, I don't know, I think this is arugula. We have one here and then one here, and they're just now getting larger. They've been here, but they've just been hanging out pretty much. So we're just gonna see what arugula does. We had a whole rows of arugula, and look at this. I don't know what this is. Something's growing out of here. Something decided it's time to pop up, but I didn't replant anything over here. It says cucumber, so I don't know if that's cucumber or another arugula. But this is supposed to be the area of cucumber, so we'll see what that is. And then we have here is okra. And okra is giving me 2 okras that I've eaten. And yes, I sliced off the one okra and put it in my omelet. I sure did. I wasn't going to waste her because she was all alone. No, she got eaten, both of them. And then this is another one. Let me see. I can get a good angle. There you go. It's growing right there. Y'all see those? Those look like they want to come up. But yeah. So that is okra. She's been growing. She's just not full. But we'll see how she does. That's her sister over here. It's a lot shorter. So we're going to see what okra does. But she's giving me 3 okras. Well, 2. This will be the 3rd one. This will be the 3rd one. And I will politely, when she gets a little bit bigger, cut her off and throw her in the pot. So yeah, nothing's going to go to waste. I'm going to eat her. So we'll just see how it is. I have to say that the garden has been kind of a failed success. We're just learning. And I think it's more so to do with these above ground planters. You really need to put a lot of nutrients in them and make sure they're moist. Initially, I think we were leaving them too dry, especially during the heat. We planted too late in the season, and so that's what happened. And so really we're going to just start over, because yeah, we're going to go through winter and we may or may not lose this. And if we lose it, it's okay. We got the seeds, everything's ready now. We can just replant. We know that the ground is fertile. We just need to figure out how to grow in these planters. And I think really we probably just need to add some new something's growing over here. I just seen that. I don't know what that is. Looks more like grass than anything. It's in the area of lettuce, but I don't know what that is. I might have to, that might be a weed. But anyway, yes, so we're gonna just I'm thinking if this dies like during the winter, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come out here and put some more dirt, some different kind of dirt. I'm gonna mix my dirt and more like regular dirt mixed with the of course it'll be organic, but it's gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna just mix them. I seen someone do that, and I think it might be a better, it might help out a little bit more. But and I'm gonna just keep packing it with like I say, compost type of rinds and whatnot. We have our compost bins. I'm gonna throw that dirt in here, and I think it'll be better the next time. We're starting to learn, and things are starting to sprout out. They're starting to look good, and so we're just gonna go from here. So yeah, it was more like a fail. Our first time was more like a fail, but you know, I think this basil will just grow anywhere. But we're gonna do better. I think it's gonna get better. We're just gonna keep learning, and hopefully we'll have, I want to at least have 2 more of these above ground, if we can't do it in the ground. My husband just doesn't, I don't know, he just has something against putting it in the ground, and so he wants to do other things. I think a chicken coop and things, so he doesn't want, you know. So I'm gonna get better at gardening. I got a book that my mother Ema gave me, and I'm gonna learn. I need to study more, because that's one thing I haven't really studied. And you just can't come out here throwing things in the dirt and having expectations if you don't know when to do what, how it looks, and you know, need to study. And so I'll do that. Look at that. I just want to capture these. They were so gorgeously. They're so far away now. If I can get them. Look at that. They've been flying around here. Looks like something might be dead somewhere. I don't know if you can see them, but there's 2 birds. They're gorgeous though. They're like eagles. Something's dead. I can't find it.